Hey everyone, let's talk about the 2024 NFL games. Here, my thoughts here. Let's talk about Minnesota beating Chicago here. This is 30-27 for Minnesota. So in this game here, Minnesota actually played better than Chicago. This one, they're up 27-10. Or no, it was 24-10. Okay, 24-10. And Minnesota here actually played pretty solid the first half. The first quarter, they had Aaron Jones at the fumble, but the second quarter, they actually played pretty solid. They didn't have a lot of possession in the first half, but then in the second half here, they actually used up more clock, and they got the ball to start the second quarter. Used up more clock. Chicago wasn't playing that good, and finally in the second quarter, or in the fourth quarter, in the second half, Chicago wasn't playing too good in the fourth quarter. Then late, they got the touch down with the 2-point conversion, and they got the field goal. But then Chicago had to punt the ball in overtime after penalties and 10-yard penalty and a 5-yard penalty. I mean, they got a bunch of penalties, and they got sacked in overtime. So, and Sam Darnold, he actually played well. He didn't force the ball into Jefferson. Like, he gave the ball to Jefferson, but Jefferson had pass interferences and plays called back by like holding or pass or like one was like an offensive pass interference in the block, and like the receiver be able to get not having the defender for the Bears. You have the right to the ball as well. So it's 30-27. Minnesota played well. I mean, the score doesn't look as good as it does, but Chicago actually played really good on the offensive end with the passing game. 32-40 for Caleb, 32-47 for Caleb Williams, 304 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sam Darnold, 22-34, 303 yards and 2 touchdowns. Aaron Jones played actually really well running the ball. 22 carries, 106 yards, a touchdown. Jordan Addison played really well. 8 catches, 160 yards. T.J. Hockenson, 7 for 114. He actually was open. He actually got all the open plays and didn't force anything. And he played extremely solid. That's true. That doesn't actually is pretty solid though, so can't be mad though. You can be, it seems like an uglier one than it actually was, but based on the score, but he won in overtime after one, and you see once it kicks are recovered maybe 2 out of every 50, or in say 50 onside kicks in this regular season, only 2 are recovered the whole regular season. Say out of 50, well, that's 4%. There's like 2 of something going, and now it's like 3, so it's like very low, like 6%. No, probably like 5-6%. It's like you think 4%. You think they're not gonna get the onside kick rate. And the one time you actually, especially in a game you're actually watching, like they're in recovered onside kick. No. And they did. But hey, the Buccaneers, they got the win, and that's all you can say. It's a division game. Sometimes division games can be ugly, but they did it. What they had to do to win. Tampa Bay here played really solid. Tampa Bay has been struggling a lot this season. But Tampa Bay has a few extra winnable games in their schedule. They have a winnable game against the Panthers, the Raiders. Then they have a game against the Chargers. They have a game on Sunday night, tentatively scheduled for Sunday night. Could be flex out on Sunday night if Dallas is out of playoff contention. If they are out of playoff contention, they could be flex out. So we will see. But I would not be surprised if that is flex out. Before the 12-day flex out. As it'll probably flex out. Actually, they don't need to actually do 12-day flex out, but I'm assuming they probably will. On that, depending on what the Cowboys are. This will be a flex out. I mean, actually, it could. The game. Actually, maybe the Cowboys play themselves into it. Maybe, but I don't know. I just don't see it. I mean, maybe they play themselves into it, but yes, maybe they do. But we'll see on that one. On week 16, Sunday Night Football. But that's still about a month left. But yeah, Tampa Bay played really solid against the Giants team that was struggling, and they released Daniel Jones. They thought, oh, he's the problem. He's out. No. Daniel Jones is not the problem. Their offense is not that great. And it showed here today. Tampa Bay just beat them to everything. And then we have Carolina. We have Kansas City at Carolina. Carolina played. Carolina played good, but in the first half, if they actually had some of those field goals, turned into touchdowns, it could have been like a different story. It could have been actually like the Panthers upsetting the Chiefs. It could have been Kansas City again upset the Carolina Panthers. And that was that. Would have been even more bad. Yeah, really bad. But you know what? Kansas City did win. And that's all that matters. So, but that does show you that Carolina is improving. He is actually playing a lot better. It's just they might, instead of 4 field goals, they may need to convert when they're getting down in the field range. Kansas City's defense played better. Of course, it could be that their Carolina offense needs to step up a little more to come above both, maybe. Dallas just proved that Washington. You thought Washington was a good team. Maybe the last 2 in a row, okay? Had 2 tough games played. 2 good teams, okay? Okay, maybe. They're still a good team. Can they bounce back against Dallas? No. Dallas. It was actually a really low scoring game. 3-3 all at the half. Then it was 9-3 after a missed field goal. This extra point. Madison Seibert. And then Jalen Tolbert. 6-yard pass for Cooper Rush. 10-9. Then 13-29 in 2017. It was 2017 they can't return. Then field goal. And then touchdown pass either once the kick was recovered or was using timeouts and got the ball back, but missed the extra PAT and hit for the kickoff return and that's the kick and the return for a touchdown. That's the kick was. But the ingenious he had 25-38, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 receptions. McLaurin had 5 receptions for 2 touchdowns, 5 catches. It was pretty much Shane Daniels. If he had those 2 receptions, could have been a different game. But Cowboys did not play as well as they should have. Or Washington Commanders not play as well as they should have against those Cowboys. I mean, they could have actually won that game, but now Washington is 3 games back in the last home in their division. They're 7-5. Well, Philadelphia Eagles are 9-2, and Washington has their bye week 14. There's no byes week 13 due to Thanksgiving games. 3 of them were national games and 1 Black Friday. So there, but 4 games, but you have, that's also part of it. But 5, 6, 10, 2. Maybe you could still. Philadelphia could come back and actually lose the division a little bit, but Washington, it's so hot. But they do play Tennessee. They play New Orleans, which could be a trap game for them. They play Philadelphia again, and they play Atlanta, which has been strong a little bit. They play Dallas a little bit again. So we'll see. But Washington could maybe lose the playoffs. Right now they're still in the back punt. I know they still are. Let's see. Yeah, they actually are 7-3 now. They're a game up on Arizona. But we'll see. Washington is actually losing. They're in the playoffs. So if Arizona comes back, it could be Arizona, Seattle. Depends on how Arizona does. But good moves for spot in the NFC playoffs, in National Football Conference, NFC playoffs. They could, so. I do see why I could see Washington lose the out. I know Arizona, Seattle. It's all going to come out of the division games. Maybe if so. We'll see. But especially all the teams at 7-5, and you have the teams at 6-5, like Arizona, Tampa Bay at 5-6, and then Rams, San Francisco. And you could, with Washington faltering, Washington could actually lose the division. So, it would be tough for them. But they could. Or Washington could lose, like, their division, like, not the division. They could also lose their wild card lead. And you have the Dolphins. They beat New England. Miami beat New England 34-15. And they had sent out tour. And they had the Seahawks on. I believe it was the second half of the Bills game. They didn't have them in this game. And he had Miami. Let's see. Let's just see. They lost to. Do they have any? No. But they had. They had back for the Arizona game. They had back for the second game against the Bills, the Rams, the Raiders, and the Dolphins. So 3 in a row after coming back. 2. They're playing Green Bay next week, or on Thanksgiving actually. Which the NBC game is usually like a dark horse game. It's usually not like the traditional team you see, like the Lions or like the Cowboys. You know, like those traditional teams. You do have like a dark horse game every year, and it's maybe at Green Bay, which actually could be a game where Miami beats Green Bay. So don't call Miami out. Miami is a good playoff team. You know, they could go on a big win streak, and if they do, I don't see them winning their division, but they're too far out of it. But I wouldn't be surprised if they made a wild card, like a 6 seed, 7 seed. I would not be surprised one bit. Tennessee beats Houston. Houston shocks the NFL world by losing to Tennessee. But C. Stroud did not play that great. 23-3, 2 first yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 receptions. Mixon only had 14 carries for 22 yards. That's what really hurt him. 2 touchdowns, 1 reception, 20 yards, 18-24. 24 carries for Pollard, 119 yards, a touchdown. Those games for Tennessee played well on running to make up for the lack of their passing game and being perfect. Not, the interception, but Houston's rushing game could not make up for it. That's what really hurt them. They had to rely on more passing game. Detroit beats Indianapolis 24-6. Indianapolis, did not look that great. They had Anthony Richardson was 272 yards, 10 for carries for 16 yards. Pittman Jr. was 6 reception, 86 yards. Jared Goff was 26-36, 260 yards, but 294, 20 carries, 8 yards, 2 touchdowns. Gibbs. But it was all rushing touchdowns and a Jake Bates field goal. Lions did not play perfect this game. But compared to their standards, like they blew out the Cowboys. Even with Dak Prescott, they blew out the Cowboys. They blew out Tennessee. They came back from 5 interceptions to beat the Texans. They blew out the Lions. And he thought, okay, maybe this is a game that they should have, blew out more. But when their offense wasn't going the best, playing the best as they're used to, they did show why they were a solid team. Because they're using their defense. That's a really good defense to actually beat the Colts. So, and then you had the Broncos. They beat Las Vegas 29-18. And Bo Nix. People thought, maybe Bo Nix isn't as good as they thought, or people in the NFL was discrediting him, and the NFL was as well. They discredited him. They thought, Denver's not that good. We're not going to put any primetime games for Denver. Also, but the NFL, I think, just proved themselves wrong. Denver's actually a solid team this year. Bo Nix is actually a really solid quarterback. Their team is actually really solid. And they proved it by getting flex. On Thursday football flex, the first one ever. Week 16 against the LA Chargers. And they actually kept, they actually proved that, maybe there's some games on Monday, week 13 that, hey, we want to flex, but maybe Fox wants to protect Arizona, Minnesota, and CBS probably wanted, and CBS and the NFL probably wanted a good game at night on that late afternoon when there's not as many games. It was Philadelphia, Baltimore, so. And your Fox probably wanted one good game for their slot. That's not Thanksgiving, that's Arizona, Miami, and Minnesota's the feature game. So, but yes, so that is it. So, and they actually proved themselves. Denver did. They had like 2 flex games kept. One Monday night, this second with the 2 Monday nights from the new Monday night slate. I'm talking ones like when there's only 1 Monday night game. They're exclusive to ESPN. There's 2 of them. One was Miami and LA Rams. That was because Tua wasn't back yet. And then this one wasn't picked. They thought, but maybe ABC thought, or ESPN thought, maybe Denver's not that good yet. And also, I heard that they wanted to have a Christmas special for like game shows that they have on, like the Saturday editions game shows they have on ABC, weekly game shows, hour-long ones, to have on ABC that day instead of airing them after Christmas, which would be kind of weird if they already taped it. So yeah, but Denver proves why they are a good slow team against Las Vegas. Las Vegas is not that good of a team, but it's just that Las Vegas is from tricks again. 4 field goals. I mean, Denver had 5, but if both Denver could be able to clear up, if they're able to get cleared up, if Denver was able to clear up and kick a lot of field goals, this game would be a lot different. Same with Las Vegas. They could clear the field goals. It's going to be a really high scoring game, but Denver proved it, Brock Purdy led San Francisco struggles 38-10. Green Bay wins, and that's no surprise. With Brandon quarterback, 17-28, 180 yards, touchdown reception. Jordan Love did not play that well on offense, so 13-23, 160 yards, 2 touchdowns. 26 carries, 106 yards, 3 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey did not play well either. 11 carries, 3 yards. He's been coming back with he says I believe he's been back for a couple games, but he's been trying to get work back in the system, flow of things, and you can see why. Green Bay did not play well, but San Francisco kind of gave it to them a little bit with the interception and the fumbles. They kind of did. I mean, so it's maybe they should just, if they didn't have as many turnovers, San Francisco's been struggling. They don't know when Brock Purdy's going back. They don't know if he's going back. They don't know if he's coming back on Sunday to play Buffalo, or they don't know if he's coming back to play Chicago or LA Rams, or when he's coming back, if he's playing, which game he's coming back on. They had 2 MRIs apparently. He had 2 MRIs tests done, and neither of them really showed a decisive timetable for return, or what, or and stuff like that, or what's really, I mean, they know what's wrong, but they don't know they don't have decisive timetable for return, or a ton of details other than what they already knew going into the MRI. So they learned nothing new. So he could be out for a month. He could be out for a week. He could be out for just a week. He could be out for a month. He could be out the rest of the season. You don't know. It depends because their division, if they need these wins to stay afloat in their division. They do. I mean, they only have 2 more division games left, but they also need wins to stay afloat in their division. You know? They actually really do. And without Brock Purdy, things are a lot tougher to win their division. And so that'd be their best hope for a playoff spot. But who knows? But Seattle with the win takes to the division. Right now, the Seahawks have a tiebreaker in the division thanks to their win right now. They actually lead the division right now with the win. But they play in 2 weeks. A rematch on CBS single window. Actually, a rematch. And that game was week 14. And they actually do have a solid game. They actually have a solid chance to make the playoffs. If they can just do what they have to do to win, not do a whole lot, they don't need to be maybe super impressive doing it, but they just do what they have to do and look one game at a time and win. Seahawks primed for a playoff spot, but it's going to come down to the division games that they play those 2. Could come down to them hoping the other teams out, the 2 division teams out, or by losing, or if they win, they hurt them, and that's what you want. You want to win so you can hurt your teams in your division if you can knock them back. But that's what they're trying to do, and just do what they have to do. Keep a playoff spot in. Or if they don't get in the playoff spot, maybe get in as a wild card, which could actually look possible because they have to because it actually does look possible because Washington is struggling. 7-5, 3 losses in a row. So if they do keep winning, even if they don't win their division, they could have a good shot at a wild card. I don't know about the best shot at a wild card, but they could have a wild card shot. But obviously, with their division being so close to the way it is, they don't want to actually, win that. They don't want to have to rely on just let's make it as wild card. They don't want to risk that. They want to actually win the division if they can. But if they can win a wild card spot, they'll take it too. But obviously, they'd rather win the division. And Philadelphia with 255 rushing yards for Saquon Barkley, 2 touchdowns, 26 carries, about 10 yards a carry. Leonard's 10 yards a carry, 9.9, 9.8. Jalen Hurts at 15.22 for 107 yards a touchdown. A.J. Brown 6 carries or 6 catches for 100 yards a touchdown. Cool. 9 receptions, 70 yards. Williams had 60 carries, 70 yards a touchdown. Matthew Stafford 24-36, 240 yards a touchdown, 2 touchdowns. And it looked like a pretty good game actually. Both teams looked pretty solid in the first quarter. In the second half, I guess. Then the Eagles score. In the third quarter and fourth, the second half, the Eagles really took over. And especially those big, huge, long 72-yard Saquon Barkley touchdown rushes. And man, this will really help their running game with Saquon Barkley really well. And man, that was just solid. What a solid game though. So, and they just, when your passing game doesn't need to be going often, you can just rely on even, when you have more yards rushing, you passing the game. That tells you something right there. So, told you something that means you're doing solid work. And they did 32-7-3. Philadelphia is 3 ahead of Washington, and they have 6 to go. I mean, they have 3 games that they should win. One against Carolina, one against Dallas, one against NY Giants. And they have 3 that are Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Washington. Washington may be iffy. Depends on if they bounce back or not, but so they could be 12-2. If they're 12-2, Washington has to win the division. Washington would have to be 12-5 at the best. Philadelphia has to be 12, can be 13-2 before Washington is 12. I mean, so we'll see how that goes, but they could actually lock their division up a few weeks early, and then all they would play for is they're trying to lock up a top 2 spot in the playoffs, you know. But they could lock up. They're hoping to battle for the number 1 spot because Detroit is 1 game ahead of them, and they don't play Detroit at all, though. So it come down to like division record or other tiebreakers. So we'll see how that goes. Tiebreakers shape up, but I mean, they may have a tiebreaker with Minnesota, depending on how. If Minnesota and Detroit could have the same record, we'll see. So, you know. It's going to be very interesting next week. And then NFL Week 13. Here's the playoff picture here. Or not the playoff picture, but the games next week, Sunday. And then you got the Monday night. And you got the 3 Thanksgiving games and the Black Friday game. Just can't see probably you're going to win. That one pretty easily, but so looking forward to them. But you got only 5 or 6 games, depending. There's 6 teams that have a 14. There's no Thanksgiving week due to the 3 games on Thanksgiving Day and the extra one on Black Friday. But there's 3 extra games nationally, 2 on Thanksgiving and 1 on Friday for the Black Friday. So, and then you got Week 14. There's 6 teams with 5. So you have 5 games for, including Ravens or Chargers Monday night, but you have 5 games you have 5 games for some teams in Week 13, and then you have 6 for some, and the 5 week is the 6 teams have by Week 14. So, but yeah, so that is it. My thoughts on the NFL schedule, things, and the playoff picture. And let's see here. The playoff picture I don't see. Right here I don't see like Las Vegas, Jacksonville. There's no team technically eliminated yet. But there's no real team technically like eliminated yet. But I don't see no team technically eliminated, but pretty soon you will have teams that are eliminated, officially eliminated, like, you know, like Las Vegas, Jacksonville, New England, Tennessee, New York Jets, Cleveland. You got pretty soon. You got New York Giants eliminated. Pretty soon you'll have a bunch. Like within the next couple weeks, you'll have some teams you actually get eliminated from the playoff picture. So I'll upload. So once the playoff picture is done, or more like actually picture in school, you know. I mean, the only thing I see in the NFC is you have Seattle, Atlanta, Seattle, Arizona, San Diego, and San Francisco fighting for their division title. Atlanta fighting for their division title with Tampa Bay, and maybe possibly New Orleans. So I mean, you could have like division run, or maybe one of those teams that either West or South winner Arizona gets knocked out the playoffs. So, or Washington does. Excuse me. I mean, the only surprise I see here would be who can, what seeds the teams in the NFC and the AFC get, and can Miami bounce back and become a wild card? Maybe. That's what I see. That's what's going to be very interesting in the AFC. In the NFC, I mean, you could have some interesting scenarios with Minnesota, Green Bay. It could come down to like who wins Minnesota, Green Bay. Could come down to win Minnesota, Green Bay. Second game, it could, but you never know though. So we'll see what happens. But so far, I mean, there's not a ton of surprises right now. The NFC just has more to do. The NFC West and the NFC South divisions, or that. Yeah, the NFC West and the NFC South divisions. There's like a lot more possibilities for like winners to sneak and win your division. In the NFC or in the AFC, like the division leaders, you have possibly more on with the top three. But then you also have the wild card, like Los Angeles Chargers, Baltimore, Denver, Miami. Could also move around too. Got a bunch of movement too. So